Grow today as weather expected to let up. It's not expected to let up for another, I'm struggling with this, a day or so. Because that nor'easter is moving right up the coast, so it's going to cause a lot of rain and a lot of snow. So you want to, if you're flying out to that area today, you want to phone ahead to the airline to make sure everything's going to be okay, and for arrivals as well. All right, one of the most beautiful spots to visit in Arizona, but this morning it's all work and no play for FAA investigators. They're in Sedona trying to figure out what caused a plane to crash. Just feet from the airport, the plane was getting ready to land when it hit a mountain and burst into flames. Three people were on board and no one survived in this crash. Investigators think wind may have played a role in this crash.
There were people in here that later on came back, and they had seen the accident, said that the plane looked like it was having trouble getting up onto the runway.
Investigators think the plane came from Tucson, but they're not sure. They're working to identify the victims.
Well, U.S. Airways is doing what it can to try to keep its reputation as good as possible. The Valley-based airline says they are trying to improve on their customer service. This after some huge delays because of weather on the East Coast and that computer glitch when they merged their reservation system several weeks ago. Right now, an organized group of frequent flyers is talking about leaving the airline en masse and taking their business somewhere else because they are getting frustrated, taking potentially millions of dollars of business with them. U.S. Airways says they're going to put some new systems in place, particularly to try to get early morning flights out on time so they don't get the domino effect later in the day. Tomorrow is tax day. We're so used to it being April 15th. It's weird that it's the 17th.
Yes.
But anyway, millions of Americans still have not filed their taxes. We do get 2 extra days this year because the 15th fell on a Sunday, and the 16th is an official holiday in many parts of the country, including Washington. So here are some last-minute tax tips for you procrastinators. The experts say if you waited this long, it's best to file electronically to get your refund faster. E-file and use direct deposit option. And then it'll take about 3 weeks. Did you know that? You can get your money in 3 weeks instead of waiting for a check to get cut. That takes 8 weeks.
If you file online, you mean?
Yeah, that's pretty good. But so many people, I've heard more and more people say they end up owing to Uncle Sam now, so I think a lot more people are putting it off. You can also file for an extension if you need more time, but remember, you do have to make an educated guess at what you owe and pay that. There's also free help on the IRS homepage. It's irs.gov.
Okay, guys, remember that New York couple we told you about last week? We even talked to the husband on the phone, Bob Mattis, and his wife, Betty Mattis. Well, they hired a cabbie to take them from Queens all the way to Sedona. Well, guess what? They should be arriving sometime today, likely around noon, just in time for lunch.
Yes. Are they glad to be out of New York today?
Oh, yeah.
Send them to Dell and DeLuca up there in Sedona. The couple does not drive, and they didn't want their cats to have to fly in the cargo hold of an airplane, so they paid this cabbie $3,000 to bring them right here to beautiful Arizona. Now, the taxi is a hybrid SUV. Did we mention that before? So it's going to help cut down the gas costs. So it probably would have been more expensive on a regular SUV.
And what's your recommendation for the restaurant again?
Dell and DeLuca.
Where's that?
Or I'm sorry, Dahl and DeLuca. It's in Sedona.
Okay. Don't forget they got that 2-story Burger King up there right by the stoplight.
They got a 2-story Burger King in
Yuma?
in Yuma?
Yeah. No.
Well, they do.
Sedona.
We're talking